Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. We have a high risk of a safety car here today, as the abundance of tight corners mixed with these wet conditions could put a few cars off into the barriers. 23 turns then, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, make up the 3.1-mile lap of Marina Bay. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Should we kick off our conversation with George Russell? Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Ricciardo, Sainz, Daniel Kvyat and Ocon, Albon, De Vries, Gardner and Charles Leclerc, Bottas, Perez, Lance Stroll and Gasly, Russell, Norris, Kevin Magnussen and Giuliano Alesi, Matsushita, Joe, Giovinazzi and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
The boss wants another podium finish this weekend. I know you're more than capable.
I am the boss. Thanks, Jeff. Hello, welcome to another F1 2020 My Team JDM racing video. We are in Singapore for round 16 of this championship in season 3. We are in 9th place. We did qualify 10th back at the field in Q3 because we missed the weather change at the very end of the session. We were quickest in front of Lewis, and then the weather changed right at the end. I'm not going to lie, I just accelerated the time, and I saw Nick De Vries pop up at the top and saw he was on the soft tyre and thought, oh no, and now I don't have enough time to get out, and now we're going to be sat at the back. So we were the only inter-runner. Everybody else went and did another run on dries, on softs, and improved all their times. So we start 9th because George Russell took a penalty, so he starts down in 15th. We are going to try and fight through the field. We have a massive advantage in terms of car performance, so I'm hoping that should mean that we can get right up and fight with Max and try and help Lewis out to try and get JDM the win at the front. The weather will play a part in that. Maybe the wet weather will slow us down a little bit, but I'm still hoping we're going to have some good scraps and good fights, trying to get some high point scoring positions for the championship. The weather looks like it's going to go dry midway through, so we'll have to just see how the strategy pans out. But we're going to start on inters and see how it goes. Let's get down to it. Alright, we're away. A lot of wheel spin. A little bit of a boost down into the braking zone. Slight in front of one of the Renaults. The boost again. Get up to 5th. Yeah, the Renault is there. It's Kvyat. Just going to make a move. Ooh, get a little tap from him. Cannot see anything really.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Cheers, Jeff. 9th up to 5th is not bad. Chasing these Red Bulls now. Get the ERS boost on. There's no DRS, of course, with it being wet conditions. We have a little cheeky nosedive, but no luck that time round. Late on the brakes again. Almost slamming the car into the back of Sainz there. Wait for the right time, a little bit of aquaplane in there. Boost over the line. A little bit of a gap starting to form now. Renault's are still there. DRS again. In terms of the straights, doesn't seem like we can make much of an advantage. Definitely in braking. Feel like we've got a good car underneath us. Like here, going down the inside. We got that one done.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Not an easy place to overtake that. Got a yellow flag and now a green one. I don't know what that was for. Somebody had a little off.
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down, maintain a positive delta.
There's Lance Stroll in the AlphaTauri, running 10th in the race, inside the points, chasing down Nick de Vries in that Williams. His teammate, I think, is up in 8th place as well. But oh no, he looks like he's slowing down, Lance Stroll. He's maybe got some like a gearbox transmission issue, something like that. Pulls off to the side of the road. He's out of the race.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Right, so Lance Stroll's out in the AlphaTauri. Go rich fuel. Got quite a lot on board. I think we might have lost some time in that safety car period.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
It does feel like I'm starting to be able to chuck the car around a little bit more. I'm not quite as tentative on the throttle. Definitely feeling that. Not drying up a slip.
Use your overtake button for more power. We need to push.
Alright.
We're trailing our teammate by 4.3 seconds.
So Lewis 4 seconds up the road. We'll have DRS as well if it dries out. Have a lot of fuel to play with. So we set a purple sector in the first bit of the lap. That's where we got the other Red Bull. We get the sister Red Bull there in the same place.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
We are catching Max now. Double first sector again. Track is getting drier. I feel like it's a matter of time really before we get Max. Fancy that one into there this time. Look how much he's pulling away. Wow. Max knows he has to keep us back for the championship. We don't have to do anything crazy. We've got a good points lead. We can afford to sit behind him and lose 3 points, but that's not what we're about. Try and win. Lewis sets another fastest lap. We beat it this time. The setup starting to pay dividends. This is a dry setup that I've got on. So we're only going to get quicker as the race goes on and it dries out. Oh, Max, extremely slow in the corner there. I had to slam the brakes on again to not hit him. Well, we did hit him, but we just tapped him. Could have like taken him completely out, shoved him into the barrier there. Maybe picked up some damage as well. Lewis is just able to pull out and extend that gap a little bit as we're scrapping with Max. Lewis is obviously going to have first call on his stop strategy as well. Right, I've got
We're
Max
starting
this
to
time.
catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Just
The
feel like
tyre situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now.
Jeff says stick with Inters.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
That's switch. Interested to see if Max comes in or if he stays out.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have a go.
Set mediums.
Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Max's lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Max is coming in. Hamilton is also
Lewis
pitted.
is in
Wow,
for a stop.
hopefully, if we can double stack. Not gonna get. Are we gonna get held up a little bit? Only fractionally.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go now.
Only fractionally, but just a little bit. So that's
Okay, stay clear of the white line.
Pays
on the exit.
dividends.
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
we're going to come out behind Matsushita in the Alfa Romeo. Still on the Inters. to have so much more speed. He tried to block us. We had to take an unusual line there. DRS has been activated as well. Lost time to Verstappen there. With how much the track's dried out now. And how quick our car is, I think we're going to catch right back up to him. He's also being held up by this McLaren. If you can't clear him, that's going to be a problem for him. We do clear him.
Nice move. Good job.
We'll go back to standard fuel now. So much more grip now in the dry, you can see it. Look at how much more quicker we are than the Ferrari on the inter tyre on the dry track. That is crazy,
You've
really.
taken 5th.
Back up to 5th then.
Gap to car in front is 3.0 seconds. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
We are really getting it chucked in around the corners now. Just miss out DRS this time. We'll get it next time. Chucking Max. We're reeling Max in. Really starting to like chuck it in around the corners now. Really has dried out now. Make the package work for us now. There's the DRS. Local sectors. Hamilton with another fastest lap. You get another.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Oh, that's a big lock up from Max there. We had to just clip a little bit out of the corner there, the first turn, to make sure we didn't hit him. But he was on full lock then. Here we go then, lining Max Verstappen up. To the braking zone. Ooh. Didn't fancy it there. That Mercedes still strong in a straight line.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
To be fair to Max, he's making it tricky for us. Dip down the inside, but he gets us on the switchback. We almost hit the wall.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And all this scrapping away with Max is helping Lewis pull away at the beginning, at the front. Get in the slipstream. Oh, we bash wheels. But we get him into turn 1. He was never going to yield.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Now he's going to have the DRS. So we need to defend this. Now we're through. Couldn't sit behind him any longer, I had to take a chance to try and get this 1-2. Lewis has just been imperious all weekend, really. Fully deserves this win. With a nice gap.
There's 3
back
laps
to
of fuel
Verstappen now.
remaining.
Just put it in cruise control. We don't need to do anything else now. Look after the car. I wonder what this is going to do for Lewis's championship. This is a big point swing. I mean, we've taken the fastest lap. Ooh, accidentally gear shifted there. Two. So that'll get us an extra point. But Lewis with beating Max, and Max finishing down in third. There goes the fireworks. So Lewis wins. Max finishing down in third. That's going to be a big point swing for him, I think. Here we go, across the line. Second place, happy with that. Good recovery drive.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
Cheers, Jeff.
So after a day of mixed fortunes up and down the field, we bring today's race to a close. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
Great win for Lewis.
So let's review the updated driver standings. Gardner increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Gardner. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Right then, Lewis Hamilton wins the Singapore Grand Prix with a time of 27 minutes and 13 seconds. We finished 13 seconds behind for a JDM 1-2. We are 2/10 quicker than his ultimate fastest lap, which nets us an extra point. Max Verstappen does his best for Mercedes, but it can only come home third. He did put up a great fight against us though to try and keep us back, but ultimately our package and our car was too much for him to handle. Daniel Ricciardo, it's a good result for him. Now, what happened to Carlos Sainz? He was up in 4th, 5th place at the start of the race and has dropped down outside the points. So, don't know, maybe he had maybe they double stacked as well. We'll have to see what happened with him there, but yeah, he drops right down. So that's disappointing for them. Kvyat 5th in the Renault. Albon again, Mr. Reliable, picking up the points for AlphaTauri. Nick De Vries 8th on the grid, 7th in the race. Bit of a wet weather specialist, Mr. De Vries. So he has done amazingly well, and that might be Williams' first points of the season. We'll have to check that. Leclerc picks up another couple for Ferrari. Their car is appalling, but he tries to do the best he can. Gasly in the McLaren is always there as well. Russell could only get up to 10th from 15th, so it's another point for them, but they are losing the battle to us in the constructors. Bottas just finishes outside again. Sainz we already talked about. Then coming down, the usual suspects really. Lando Norris, that's a bit disappointing from him. and then Lance Stroll, we'll have to see what the issue was with him. But that Nicholas Latifi starting at the back of the grid, coming 19th, and his teammate up in 7th. That's a bit embarrassing for him, to be honest. So the standings, let's check. Yeah, so Nick de Vries takes Williams' first points of the season, and they get off the foot of the table and stick Haas down there. So that's a great result for Nick de Vries and Williams. In terms of us, we extend the gap back to Max to 65 points. Lewis Hamilton, with that win, is now hunting Max down for second in the championship. And then the rest of the guys are all kind of falling in line back there. George Russell could be doing more to help Verstappen in that constructors fight. And a bit further down, Giuliano Alesi still not scoring any points for Racing Point. Oh, so bad. We are 152 points ahead of Mercedes, so really dominating the front. Our R&D shows that as well. We've really taken off like a rocket ship and into the stratosphere. So our graph now shows that we are by far the best car, and that kind of shows today as well, with Lewis dominating the way he did. It would have been interesting if we were right up the front at the start of the race. I don't know if maybe we could have tried to battle Lewis for the win. It would have been interesting to see, but it is what it is. We take second, and we're happy with the 1-2, and we beat Max as well, who's our main title rival. So all smiles. Let's look at the highlights. So this would have been interesting at the start for Lewis, trying to get Max off the start line. We did our best in the spray just to try and clear these Renaults, and we did one of them into the first corner, and then trying to get Kvyat down the back straight. Lewis just took off. He had so much speed. That was our favourite corner for overtaking. Just so... That was when we almost rammed Verstappen. Just had so much pace, and on the dry tyre compared to the intermediate, just had to like smash past the McLaren and get straight on the back of Max. And look at that, the speed differential there between the different compounds was obscene, really. And this was then hunting Max down for the second place. That's the first couple of turns at the pit exit. Coming into the second DRS straight, we went for it and then almost hit the wall. He got us on the switchback. It was a great scrap, I have to say that. He really did give it everything, and then we get the move done into turn 1. Great result. So, another win for the team. We go to the next race full of confidence, full of beans, and I'm hoping that we can get Lewis the second place at least in the championship, and also we can keep our good run of results up and bring this title home. It's looking good right now, but we don't know. Mercedes, I'm sure they're going to have something up their sleeve. They're going to bring upgrades, so we're gonna have to still fight for it. It's not gonna. I mean, we saw with Max, like, He's not going to just roll over and give up. He's going to fight us to the end, so we're going to have to keep going. But if you enjoyed this video today, drop a little thumbs up, like on the video. If you're not subscribed and you like the videos, why not subscribe? And then you get JDM racing videos, notifications when they're coming live. We're smashing them out. We're trying to get this season done, and then we can move on to F1 2021. That's the plan. And yeah, that's it really. I'm actually enjoying having a good car and battling for wins, because I know for a fact that starting from season 1 with a brand new team, brand new car again, it's going to be really hard work. So I'm enjoying having built up this team and now reaping the rewards, and really enjoying battling at the front before we have to go back down into the lower to midfield scraps that we're going to be having in the new team on the new game. So with that said, we're going to move on to the next race and hopefully get another win. But all that's left to say is thank you for watching today, and we'll see you in the next JDM racing video. Take it easy. See you next time, guys.